Joining us now is psychotherapist Robi Ludwig. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
So first, let's just set the scene. Why are we seeing couples having kids later?
Well, I think many women and men want to enjoy their 20s. They want to pursue education, travel, their career, and also have a certain financial status before welcoming children into the world. And also, they can due to technology. So women have more options. They don't have that timeline they need to meet up against anymore.
Yeah, we know that pregnancies over the age of 35, we've heard this a lot, medically speaking, can be risky, but there are also studies showing that having kids later in life for the couple can be positive, can actually have benefits.
Absolutely, because when women are now having babies later, if it's safe, they feel more ready for it. They feel more grateful. They've accomplished some of their goals, so they feel ready for this time in their lives. And they're also able to offer more to their children. But that sense of happiness and gratefulness is something that benefits children as well.
And that article we referenced earlier talks about some of the outward, maybe, critique, social stigma that can come with delaying parenthood. Can you walk us through what that can look like?
Yeah, I heard this comedian say, now we can give birth to our own grandchildren, which was pretty funny. But there is a stigma, especially in places where moms continue to have kids at a young age. So it all depends on where you are living. And if you do stand out, there is that bias and stereotyping. And in some cases, women are considered selfish for waiting so long. But I think this is really all changing as more and more women are, enjoying the option to have kids later.
Unfortunately, as kids get older, sometimes other kids might tease, right?
Yeah.
If they see your mom and she looks a bit older, or your dad and he looks a bit older. How do you navigate talking to kids about having had them later?
Such a good question. And I think it's important to tell kids, mommies come at all different ages. Some mommies are young, some mommies are older, but that doesn't change anything in terms of how we love you and support you and will be there for you.
And to that end, for the parent having the child, there are unique physical, emotional challenges to birthing a child after 35. How do you navigate that?
Well, I think with your doctor, you make sure that you're safe, that you take care of yourself, and women are taking better care of themselves and are eating healthier and working out. So make sure that you're strong, healthy, and you follow your doctor's advice.
Sometimes it's just exhausting, right?
Well,
for me
younger
now,
or
the older I
older.
get, I'm like exhausted by little kids at this point. For couples that do wait, though, how do they handle those unwanted questions that might come from well-meaning family, for example?
You mean in terms of waiting to have a
Yeah,
child?
like if you're waiting, your mother-in-law might be like, "What's the wait? Why don't you guys go ahead?"
Or sometimes people don't have a choice. They can't have a child as soon as they would like, and they've experienced a lot of losses. So I think just to be honest, or if it's a boundary you don't want to talk about, you can say, it's really a private conversation I'm not ready to talk about yet, but thank you for your concern.
Yeah, a boundary as you're navigating this beautiful thing of wanting to have kids, having them, and ultimately just being a loving parent.
That's right.
That's
what counts.
For the record, my mother-in-law never said anything like that.
We like the good disclaimer.
Make that clear.
Yes. Robi Ludwig, thank you so much.
Thank you.